All right, so this is your lecture over 7.4. This is about finding area of a triangle. And the success criteria for this lesson is how to find area when you don't know the height. Because you've been taught over the years how to find the area of a triangle. You simply take the base times the height and you divide by 2. And that formula works great as long as you know the base and the height or have the ability to find the base and the height. But if you don't have the height, we have some other formulas that can help find area. All right, so our first formula or set of formulas looks like this, and these can be found on the cover of your book as well. These formulas are in the back cover of your book. But here's the same formula down here, just 3 different versions of it. So if you have an angle that you know, then these 2 sides would not be the opposite of this one. So there is not a pair of opposites in this formula. Whatever angle you have, the other 2 sides would be here. So if you think about what that would mean, if this is angle A, B, and C, then this is lowercase b, lowercase c, and lowercase a. So if you know A, and then so that would be a side angle side situation. So this formula goes along with side angle side. And so let's see what we've been given and kind of go from there. I know angle A. I know lowercase b and lowercase c. So pretty much set up just like I had a second ago. I know this. If this is angle A, then I know that's 35.1. Lowercase b would be over here, and that's 2.43. This is angle C, so 3.57 would be over here. So if we have a setup like that, side, angle, side, then I can use one of these formulas. And how do you know which formula to use? Well, it just depends upon the angle you know. So the angle you know goes here, whichever angle it is, and then the other 2 sides would go in the other 2 spots. And they use the letter S in this chapter for area. The reason they do that is because they're already using A for one of your angle measures. So S doesn't make a whole lot of sense as to why they picked S, but they didn't pick A because of this A right here. All right, so if I plug in the information, I know area is equal to 1/2 of my 2 side lengths multiplied together. So that would be 2.43 times 3.57 times the sine of angle A, and angle A is 35.1. And so if you multiply that all together, you will have an answer of 2.49 square centimeters. So in your calculator, you would just type in 0.5 times 2.43 times 3.57 times the sine of 35.1, and you would want to make sure that your calculator is in degrees before you do that. And so there's our area. All right, next example. This example uses a new formula. And this formula, you can see, works with angle, angle, side. So when you've been given 2 angles, and then the side that's not included, so like for example, let's say you know angle A and angle B, that means the side that you're going to use is side C. And really, if you know 2 angles, you're going to know the other one. But what you need to notice about this formula is that this angle and this side length are opposites. So here's your pair of opposites right here. So that's important. So notice that there's nothing but sines in the problem, so you don't have to worry about cosines or tangents or anything like that. But as far as your angle measures go, it doesn't matter which angle goes in which one of these spots as long as you have the opposite side here. So everything's based on the side that you know. If you know side A, you're going to use it in this format, side B in this format, side C you'll use in this format. And you definitely don't have to memorize all those formulas. You just have to know, hey, I know side length A. So I go here and I put it here, and the angle opposite that goes here, and the other 2 go here. So if we were going to write the formula to find the area of this triangle, then we would say, now before you do anything, you have to understand that, and I guess this would be pretty obvious because you have two angle measures, you can find the third. If you know all three angle measures, then you're going to use the formula that has all three angle measures in it. So the first thing we need to do is add these two things up and subtract from 180 so that I know angle C. So we'll do that, add them up and subtract from 180. And if you do that, add those up, subtract from 180, you will get angle C equaling 35 degrees and 10 minutes. So now let's plug those into our formula. Remember, this is the side length I know, so I start off with the side length, and the side length is squared. And then whatever angle is opposite that goes on the bottom. So my angle that's opposite that would be angle A, 24 degrees, 10 minutes. So in my denominator down here, I'm going to put 2 sine of 2410. 2 times the sine of 2410. Okay, and then I'll fill in the rest with these right here, the sine of angle B. Angle B is 120 degrees, 40 minutes. And then I multiply that times the sine of C, which is 35 degrees, 10 minutes. And again, if it would help you to draw the triangle and then label them with these, that's fine too. This is the side length that would be opposite this angle. Those two always have to match up as a pair of opposites. So now you simply type this whole thing in the calculator, and in doing so, remember that these will automatically have parentheses. You will be required to put a parentheses around this, because if you don't, of course, you would automatically have one here and here. But if you don't put one around that entire denominator, then it's only going to divide by 2. And then it will take, so it'll take all this divided by 2, and then take that times this. So you need to group this together so the calculator knows to do this before you divide. And it's okay if it multiplies all this together. Any way it would work from left to right, so you don't really need a big parentheses around the numerator. It would be okay if you did, but you don't need one. So now if we type that in, and so when you type this whole thing in the calculator correctly, you should get 10.9 square feet for the area. All right, next example. Using this last formula, once again, capital S stands for area. A, B, and C would be your 3 side lengths. So this is a situation of you being given side, side, side. You're not given any angle measures at all. So when you know the 3 side lengths, you're going to want to use this small lowercase s, and lowercase s simply stands for half of the perimeter. So you would find half of the perimeter and plug that in for the lowercase s in each situation here. Alright, so let's say we have a triangle where the side lengths are 12, 8, and 14. It doesn't even really matter which one you call A, which one you call B, and which one you call C. But the first thing you're going to need to be able to do is use this formula, and to use it you need, they call it a semi-perimeter, meaning half of the perimeter, kind of like semicircle is half of a circle. So we would add up the 3 side lengths to get the perimeter, and then cut that in half. So look at your 3 side lengths. We want to add those together, 12 plus 8 plus 14, which would be, what, 34. And so then I want to take that perimeter and cut it in half. So half of 34 is equal to 17, and that is your lowercase s. So now when I go back into this formula, every lowercase s I see, I want to put a 17 there. So capital S is square root of 17 times 17 minus 12 times 17 minus 14 times 17 minus 8. So all you simply do is take that semi-perimeter, put it here, and then in each of these spots, your 3 side lengths going here. Again, order would not matter. So 17 minus 12, 17 minus 14, 17 minus 8, and then all of that times 17, and then square root it. Alright, so that means that S, capital S, the area, will be 17, square root of 17 times 5 times 3 times 9. And so if you type that in your calculator, you will get, with 2 sig figs, 48 square meters. And that would be your area for that triangle. And that is all there is to this lesson. So nice problems. If you need any help, just let me know.